Hey everybody, this is Craig from 9V Games, and today I'm going to do a accessory review. I actually don't do a lot of accessory reviews because I don't have a lot of third-party shit or, things that don't come standard with consoles. That's a lie. I got a stack of them. I got a stack of peripherals over there. I'm sorry. I don't care enough to do reviews about them. How's that? I've been through fight sticks. I've been through like the PlayStation Move, the rifle and the pistol. I got one for the Wii as well. You know, your Guitar Hero shit. But when I bought Mortal Kombat, the 360 one I bought, the Tournament Edition, came with the Tournament Edition arcade stick. I didn't really like it. I don't use it. I just bought it because I thought it was cool. Mortal Kombat, the whole arcade outlay, wow, I'm wicked tired. The whole arcade layout wasn't really... It was awesome back in the day because Mortal Kombat was a lot less complicated. So having buttons down here, like your run button in Mortal Kombat 3, wasn't so bad. Because the combos were actually pretty simplistic, even though they looked like they were rugged. By today's standards, that arcade stick is really hard to use in Mortal Kombat. And I think that it's better off, if you're going to use a stick, use a TE. I think... As much as I hate to say this because it's Street Fighter related and Capcom Elitist related, I think Mad Catz does it best when it comes to arcade sticks. Keeping that in mind, I went out and, the arcade collection came out, and I went and bought one of these. Two. It's the same fucking arcade stick as the Mortal Kombat one. The button layout's a little bit different. However, I know, I got this straw in my mouth. I have a delicious high C. I've been on for like 3 minutes. Really? So anyways, I go and buy this, knowing full well I'm probably not going to use it on a fighting game. I will go back, and I played Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and Ultimate 3 on this. And it's kind of like, still like I remember in the arcades. I suck balls at Mortal Kombat 3 in the arcades. I'm really good at it on a controller. I tried to go back and play Mortal Kombat 9 with it. I can play it. I can use Ermac with it. No, I'm not as fast, and the timing is a little bit different on an arcade stick, so I prefer to just stick with my controller. And when Injustice comes around, I'm going to start with that arcade stick, but that's a TE-style stick. So this one's more of a gourmet taste, if I may. I kind of just picked this because I like the design. I like that it's got the Mortal Kombat 1 insignia with the corny-ass dragons, the multicolored buttons, the high kick, high punch, low kick. Runs for ultimate, so there's a block, and then instead of saying like forward jump or back jump, it just says flip. I thought that was pretty cool. But I do like, like I said, I like the way that it looks. And if I can find another one, and they were customizable like the tournament one was, I would like to put this shit on the other side and have a player 2, and I could inset them into my table, and I would just keep them there forever because I love Mortal Kombat that much, and I wouldn't even ever use them. So with that thought pattern, I went on and played the other Mortal Kombat. So I was like, great. There's these 3 games that I'll play it with. I still would prefer to play with a controller. I'm going to do exactly what I did with the Tournament Edition, and I'm going to play 20 hours of Gauntlet, Frogger, and Pac-Man with the arcade stick. And I ended up playing Ninja Turtles with it, and I ended up playing R-Types, and there was a couple of arcade games. So, I mean, having this stick right here and the awkward layout is really good for other arcade games that aren't fighting and don't take a lot of, like... You know what I mean? Like, playing R-Types and something with this arcade stick is perfect. And technically, I guess you could say you could do that with any arcade stick. This one's cheaper because it's $50 if you got a GameStop around you right now that has one. They're taking them off the shelves, so it's got to have one. But if you have a GameStop and they have one of these, regardless either system, buy it. I think there's one for the PS3 at the GameStop next to me. I might go back and buy it just because it's $50. So, I'm playing these games, and I got my son down here, and he's sitting on my stomach, and he's bashing the buttons. And I have Persona 4 Arena on. So then my kid gets bored with it, and he wants to play with the PlayStation 3 controller. So he starts playing the PlayStation 3 controller. I start fucking around with Persona 4 Arena with this, and I realized that this arcade stick is actually really good for Persona 4 Arena. I mean, I would probably still play with a... I haven't played a lot of Persona 4. So the simple fact is, it could just be because I started I started playing this technically on arcade stick and controller at the same time, but I played arcade stick for longer. Empress is the only person I've used. I'm not going to try and show off skill because I have not played this enough. I'm sitting with an arcade stick sideways 4 inches from my screen. I'm definitely not going to do any good. But I think the layout is perfect. I don't know why. And I think it's just the 4 buttons. Like, I know that's not impressive. You're just like, dude, that's what is that? It's an XXYY. Yes, that's XXYY. Sure. But I just think it's great because it's got your heavies on the top. I mean, it's got your lights on the top, your heavies on the bottom. And then you got 2 free buttons that you can mix up. And I think that's really, I'm going to pause this. I think it's really good for this type of game. And by me saying that, I mean it's really good for any fighting game that you're going to start. You have to start on this if you want to be able to use it. So, I'm going to play Persona 4 Arena with it. I think I do a little bit better than a controller because the timing is totally tighter on an arcade stick. I will totally agree with that, even though I love controllers more. The timing, you can get timing so much better on an arcade stick. So in a game like this, if I start playing on this arcade stick, I will never start playing it on a Tournament Edition stick for Mad Catz. If I start playing this on this stick, I might do actually a little bit better than I would with a controller. But that doesn't really speak to the controller, that just speaks to me. Okay, so the overall point of the controller, it's $50. It's totally worth it. It's the same price as a regular controller. It's more of a collector's item than anything because it is bulky in comparison to other arcade sticks. It is a bulky fucking thing. Now, practicality, I don't think that you would choose this over a Mad Catz stick any day of the week. It's got Suzo hot parts in it. Some of them are kind of loose. Like this button's loose. I don't like that. And they just feel, the buttons feel cheap. And I know it's because they're Suzo hot parts, but I know that the buttons of choice here. Hold on. I know that the buttons of choice are Sanwa. Totally paused there for some reason. So, I mean, you can open this thing. I'm not going to even attempt it because there's no point in it. But everything seems to be blocked off. But you could open this if you really wanted to and change the parts out. But then again, if you're going to be opening an arcade stick to change parts out, it's not going to be this one because you're not going to put that much money into a stick like this. You might as well just get the TE edition where it opens up on the bottom and gives you the access panel of the buttons, which is also only $80. So this is purely a collector's item. This is not practical for you to play fighting games with unless you're only playing old Mortal Kombats. That's it. It looks pretty though. I fucking love it. It's so smooth. Thank you guys for watching.